A company has a large Microsoft SharePoint deployment running on premises that requires Microsoft Windows shared file storage. The company wants to migrate this workload to the AWS cloud and is considering various storage options. The storage solution must be highly available and integrated with Active Directory for access control. Which solution will satisfy these requirements? Option A. Configure Amazon EFS storage and set the Active Directory domain for the authentication. Option B. Create an assembly file, share on an AWS storage AWS storage gateway file, gateway into availability zones. Option C. Create an Amazon S3 bucket and configure Microsoft Windows Server to mount it as a volume. Option D. Create an Amazon FSx for Windows File Server file system on AWS and set the Active Directory domain for authentication. The correct answer, option D. Amazon FSx for Windows File Server provides fully managed, highly available Windows file shares with native Active Directory integration. Next question. A company observes an increase in Amazon EC2 costs in its most recent bill. The billing team notices unwanted vertical scaling of instance types for a couple of EC2 instances. A solutions architect needs to create a graph comparing the last 2 months of EC2 costs and perform an in-depth analysis to identify the root cause of the vertical scaling. How should the solutions architect generate the information with the least operational overhead? Pause the video and try to answer the question before I reveal. The correct answer is option B. Use Cost Explorer's granular filtering feature to perform an in-depth analysis of EC2 costs based on instance types. Cost Explorer provides detailed, easy-to-use filtering and visualization for analyzing EC2 costs by instance type with minimalist setup. Next question. An image processing company has a web application that users use to upload images. The application uploads the images into an Amazon S3 bucket. The company has set up S3 event notifications to publish the object creation events to an Amazon Simple Queue service standard queue. The SQS queue serves as the event source for an AWS Lambda function that processes the images and sends the results to users through mail, email. Users report that they are receiving multiple email messages for every uploaded image. A solutions architect determines that SQS messages are invoking the Lambda function more than once, resulting in multiple email messages. What should the solutions architect do to resolve this issue with the least operational overhead? The correct answer is option C. Increase the visibility timeout in the SQS queue to a value that is greater than the total of the function timeout and the batch window timeout. Increasing the SQS visibility timeout prevents messages from being processed multiple times by ensuring the message stays invisible while Lambda processes it, reducing duplicate invocations with minimal operational overhead. Next question. A company is storing backup files by using Amazon S3 standard storage. The files are accessed frequently for 1 month. However, the files are not accessed after 1 month. The company must keep the files indefinitely. Which storage solution will meet these requirements most cost effectively? Option A. Configure S3 intelligent tiering to automatically migrate objects. Option B, create an S3 lifecycle configuration to transition objects from S3 standard to S3 Glacier Deep Archive after 1 month. Option B is the correct answer. Option C, create an S3 lifecycle configuration to transition objects from S3 standard to S3 standard infrequent access after 1 month. Option D, create an S3 lifecycle configuration to transition objects from S3 standard to S3 one zone infrequent access after 1 month. As I said, option B is the correct answer. Transitioning objects to S3 Glacier Deep Archive after 1 month is the most cost-effective way to store data that is infrequently accessed but must be kept indefinitely. Next question. A company is implementing a shared storage solution for a gaming application that is hosted in an on-premises data center. The company needs the ability to use Lustre clients to access data. The solution must be fully managed. Which solution meets these requirements? Don't forget to subscribe my channel for more practice questions with the detailed explanation. So the correct answer is option D. Create an Amazon FSx Lustre file systems. Attach the file system to the origin server. Connect the application server to the file system. Amazon FSx for Lustre is a fully managed Lustre file system that supports Lustre clients and is designed for high performance shared storage. Let's move on to the next one. A company wants to improve its ability to clone large amounts of production data into a test environment in the same AWS region. The data is stored in Amazon EC2 instances on Amazon Elastic Block Store volumes. Modifications to the cloned data must not affect the production environment. The software that accesses this data requires consistently high input and output performance. A solutions architect needs to minimize the time that is required to clone the production data into the test environment. Which solution will meet these requirements? The correct answer is option D. Take EBS snapshots of the production EBS volumes. Turn on the EBS fast snapshot. Restore the feature on the EBS snapshots. Restore the snapshots into new EBS volumes. Attach the new EBS volumes to EC2 instances in the test environment. Using EBS Fast Snapshot, Restore allows new EBS volumes to be stored from snapshots with fully initialized blocks, minimizing the time to clone large production data with high input and output performance in the test environment. Next question. A company's dynamic website is hosted using on-premises servers in the United States. The company is launching its production in Europe and it wants to optimize site loading times for new European users. The site's backend must remain in the United States. The product is being launched in a few days and an immediate solution is needed. What should the solutions architect recommend? So the correct answer is option C. Use Amazon CloudFront with a custom origin pointing to the on-premises servers. Using Amazon CloudFront with a custom origin pointing to the on-premises servers caches content at edge locations in Europe, improving load times immediately without moving the backend. Next question. A company has a three-tier web application that is deployed on AWS. The web servers are deployed in a public subnet in a VPC. The application servers and database servers are deployed in private subnets in the same VPC. The company has deployed a third-party virtual firewall appliance from AWS Marketplace in an inspection VPC. The appliance is configured with an IP interface that can accept IP packets, a solutions architect needs to integrate the web application with the appliance to inspect all traffic to the application before the traffic reaches the web server. Which solution will meet these requirements with the least operational overhead? The correct answer is option D. Deploy a gateway load balancer in the inspection VPC. Create a gateway load balancer endpoint to receive the incoming packets and forward the packets to the appliance. Gateway load balancer integrates with the third-party appliances for seamless, scalable traffic inspection with minimal operational overhead. Next question. A company hosts its web application, its web applications in the AWS cloud. The company configures elastic load balancers to use certificates that are imported into AWS Certificates Manager. The company's security team must be notified 30 days before the expiration of each certificate. What should a solutions architect recommend to meet these requirements? The correct answer is option B. Create an AWS config rule that checks for certificates that will expire within 30 days. Configure Amazon Event Bridge to invoke a custom alert by way of Amazon Simple Notification Service when AWS config reports a non-compliant resource. AWS config can monitor ACM certificates for impending expiration, and Event Bridge can trigger SNS notifications 30 days before expiry with minimal effort. Next question. A company's application integrates with multiple software as a service sources for data collection. The company runs Amazon EC2 instances to receive the data and to upload the data to an Amazon S3 bucket for analysis. The same EC2 instance that receives and uploads the data also sends a notification to the user when an upload is complete. The company has noticed slow application performance and wants to improve the performance as much as possible. Which solution will meet these requirements with the least operational overhead? The correct answer is option B. Create an Amazon App flow to transfer data between each software as a service source and the S3 bucket. Configure an S3 event notification to send events to an Amazon simple notification service topic when the upload to the S3 bucket is complete. Using Amazon App Flow directly integrates software as a service sources with S3, removing the need for EC2 instances to manage data transfer and improving performance with minimal operational overhead.